We're in the offices of Kids and Cancer in Chesterfield with the Chief Executive, Mr. Mike Hyman. And Mike, we're here today to launch an appeal for a little boy that needs our help. Tell us about that little boy, Mike, please.
Little boy is Jamie Green, and he's from Amersham, 13 years of age, who's got a medulloblastoma, which is a brain tumour, type 4 brain tumour, which is quite aggressive. There was some situation about that it may be metastatic, the actual tumour, but we understand that that may be a misdiagnosis. So the chance of him getting the treatment is greatly increased.
Why are we having to raise this money, Mike? Why can't he get treatment via the NHS in this country?
Well, as we understand it from the specialists, his best opportunity is with proton therapy, which is not available in the UK and won't be here until 2016-2017. Even then, it's only coming to two centres, Christie's Clinic in Manchester and University College Hospital in London.
And in the case of Jamie, the NHS have not allowed funding in this particular case?
No, for his particular type of tumour, there's not funding available. There's not the budget to actually cover every tumour. And this little boy's tumour falls within that group where funding is not available.
So how much do we need to raise in total to help Jamie, Mike?
We need to raise around about £250,000 to £300,000 to be absolutely sure. Up to now, we've raised 50,000. Kids and Cancer have guaranteed £50,000, and the family have raised £20,000. Up to this morning. So
we've got a minimum of another £180,000 that we need to raise in a relatively short space of time, Mike.
In a short space of time. This little boy's only got till the 8th of October to actually raise this money and to get him out to America for his treatment.
Tell us a little bit more about proton therapy. What is proton therapy, Mike?
Well, proton therapy is the latest form of radiation treatment. It's a pencil beam as opposed to the traditional photons. So this goes directly into the tumour. They can keep the beam actually in the tumour, so it does the maximum damage to the tumour. And unlike traditional photons, which is just traditional radiation treatment, there's no mass attack on other organs and good tissue and to bone structure. So therefore, it does the maximum damage actually within the tumour, and there's no exit from the body of the radiation. So therefore, no collateral damage.
And whereabouts in the world does Jamie have to go to get this treatment?
Well, for his particular type of tumour, the best opportunity for him is in America, either in Oklahoma or Jacksonville in Florida.
Thank you, Mike. We'll come back to you towards the end of the interview. Now, we're privileged to have a few special friends with us today, Nicola and Mark from South Yorkshire, I do believe.
That's right.
Now, Nicola has a terminal stage 4 brain tumour and has actually had proton therapy in Prague, in Czechoslovakia. Now, I'm going to come to you first, Mark, if I may, to ask you what the objective of having proton therapy was in the case of Nicola.
Proton therapy actually prolongs Nicola's life, and it can prolong it anything from 6 months to 18, anywhere in that period.
I understand, Mark, when you first met Mike Hyman at Kids and Cancer, Nicola had been given just a few weeks to live, is that right?
She'd been given 6 weeks to live, of which we'd already burnt up at least 2 to 3 of them.
Okay, so how have Kids and Cancer actually helped you to ensure that Nicola got that proton treatment?
They helped facilitate to get us to Prague in Czechoslovakia and get the treatment sorted out. They were wonderful.
Connection that Mike's got with the professor over there was very useful in this scenario, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
Manfred Herbst's his name, I do believe.
Yeah.
Now, Nicola, I know that the condition that you've got makes it sometimes difficult for you to speak fluently. I'd just like to ask you a few questions, if I may. And I'm going to ask you really as a parent, and for all the other parents that are watching this video who've got poorly children with brain tumours, what is the experience of having proton therapy like? How long does it take, and is there any pain in the process of taking the treatment?
No, the treatment went on for so long, take about half a day in the daytime.
I understand that includes a full trip to the centre, but the treatment itself is only 20 minutes?
20 minutes, it's over.
And no pain or sensation? Or
No pain at all. It's
okay.
perfect.
Now, obviously in your case, we've heard from Mark that this is going to give you some life, some more time to live. We know the prognosis is that ultimately this tumour will take your life,
Yeah.
but you've got more time to live. You had a few weeks, now you've got up to 6 months, a year and beyond. How do you feel about Kids and Cancer and Mike Hyman in helping you in this scenario?
Well, it means everything. I wouldn't be here, would I? It's the biggest thank you anyone could ever give you.
I'm going to come back to Mark now, if I may, because Mark, before the camera started rolling, you heard Mike talking to us about this little boy who, of course, is only 14. He's got his life ahead of him. What appeal would you send out to people who are watching this on behalf of young Jamie?
It is a difficult one, but we all have a right to live, and this little boy deserves that right. And Kids and Cancer can really help him along that way with your help really out there. And for people to donate to Kids and Cancer, and let's get him there and let's get him living and having a good life.
I have to tell people, Mark, before the cameras started rolling, we were having a chocolate bar, weren't we? What did you say about that chocolate bar?
Well, what's interesting, if 500,000 people was to give up one chocolate bar, and we all nearly eat a chocolate bar every day, but if we were to give up one chocolate bar, just one, basically we could raise enough money to send this lad to America and give him life. That's nothing, absolutely nothing, one chocolate bar.
Well, Mark and Nicola, I know how difficult it is currently for you, and thank you for taking time to come and speak to us today. I'm going to finally come to you, Mike, because we want to help this little boy. How can people watching that actually make a donation? What do they need to do?
People can donate through Just Giving. If they go to Just Giving, click on Kids and Cancer and Jamie's Appeal. They can donate on there, and if they're taxpayers, we get the tax relief on it, so a £1 becomes worth £1.20. Really, really important. It's so easy to do. This money lands into our bank more or less instantly. Every week it's paid in on a Tuesday morning. We can make a difference, this little boy has only got till the 8th of October. You know, we've heard from Nicola and from Mark about their amazing experience, just having a few days to live. All of a sudden she's got a future. Okay, we don't know how long that future is, but believe me, from me seeing her just a few weeks ago and coming back from Prague and seeing her now, amazing story. Just is so heartwarming, and that's what this treatment means, and that's what this treatment can do for this little boy. It can make a difference to him. Please, please, please donate and help this little boy to at least have a chance to beat his tumour.
Now, Mike, we're not medical experts, and none of us here today, so we're not going to pretend we are, but Kids and Cancer have helped over 70 children, and they're all still here. This little boy does have a chance, doesn't he?
He does have a chance. I mean, some of the children that we've been involved in who have gone for the treatment have sometimes only been given a 20% chance to beat their tumour. You know, and that's low odds really when they come to talk about spending money and budgets and what have you. These little boys sometimes don't fit into that category. But you know, everybody deserves, as Mark says, the chance of a future. This little boy deserves a chance of a future. You know, very, very few people. We've never been to one funeral of the people that we've helped, the families that have been involved. Lots of families are grateful for the help that we've given them, and we're really proud to be involved in this charity and to make sure that we make a difference when sometimes there seems to be no hope. We will always try, we'll always say yes. We might not always be able to give everything that we would like to give, but we'll always try. We will do our best.
Mike Hyman, Chief Executive of Kids and Cancer, and Mark and Nicola, thank you for your time today.